Yo,
Yo,
yo, what is good, my boys? It is Wednesday, May 4th. We here, the Wednesday after the draft. It's been a few days. We get to decompress it. I think it's safe to say that me and Chris can say that New York killed it.
definitely. I'm excited. Football schedules come out in a little bit. It's that time of the year. Sports are looking good. New York sports are looking good. I'm happy. I'm sure you guys are all happy.
Yo, there's definitely enough to talk about when it comes to New York sports. Well, we got the baseball teams killing it. We just had the draft, and it looked amazing. NBA playoffs, there's no New York teams involved anymore. I mean, if you want to call Brooklyn a New York team. But there's definitely plenty to talk about there, too, because these NBA playoffs have been insane. So, we'll definitely dive into that. But for the people that have never seen anything and are finally coming onto this is the Radical Souls Podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ethan, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Go subscribe right now.
They don't like good content.
Subscribe.
They'd rather
subscribe,
watch.
yo. Just turn it off. Just exit YouTube right now.
Oh, they'd rather watch ESPN. They'd rather look at Bleacher Report, see all these bullcrap narratives about all these different teams. We're talking from the heart. That's real fans. What's better than that?
Facts, right?
But whatever. Go listen to Stephen A. Smith ramble on about some bullcrap no one cares about and coming up with whatever thing can come to his mind. Go ahead. Keep listening to that. See how far that takes you. But we going to talk, like I said, from the heart. Because there's definitely a lot of heart in here right now. Because, there's just so much to get into, man. I'm so excited. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Which team should we start with in the draft? Should we start with Ethan's Bengals since, they really didn't do much and we can just kill them all afternoon? Or should we start with the Jets and Giants who had better drafts?
I want to start with the Bengals because I didn't even hear. I was so excited about my team that I, frankly, maybe just didn't care enough to hear about the Bengals. What do you feel about your draft class, E?
Well, first round it was amazing because we got a safety that we needed. The pick after that, we got someone off the edge. But the last two picks, because we only have 4 picks or 5 picks in total, wasn't that good. But I'll happily take what we can get.
Did y'all see that?
Yo.
Let me sit my ass down.
So the Bengals ended up taking safety Daxton Hill, safety / corner from Michigan. I really liked him. I want him to be a Jet. F you guys for taking him. But, it is what it is. Worked out for us. That was like your biggest pick. And then after that, like you said, it kind of was like a shaky draft for you.
Yeah. I was expecting that.
I mean, I'll give y'all like a solid like B minus in my opinion. Because y'all did kind of fill needs in a sense. Y'all still got Eli Apple running that corner though, so.
Good.
Worst man in football.
I don't even know how he still has a job.
You could blame the Bengals for that. They decided to give him a job.
So, where do you want to go next? You want to go Giants or you want to go Jets?
Go ahead, you make the selection. Should we save the best for last?
Of course. So we'll go Giants, of course.
Crazy. I thought we did great.
Yeah, y'all did. Right. Y'all just didn't do as good as us.
I don't know about that. Yeah, you're probably right. But I feel like we addressed the holes that we needed. Very excited. Kayvon Thibodeau, 5 overall pick from Oregon. That's something that we needed off the edge. I'm excited about that. The Evan Neal pick at number 7. Excited about that too. We picked up Thomas last year on the other side, so 2 brand new tackles. I don't think you can go wrong with that. They ended up the second round. I was telling Dan about this day of. Wasn't too excited about the Wendell Robinson pick out of Kentucky, wide receiver. Think we could have addressed a better hole on the defensive side. They took Tony last year. Wasn't that good. I don't know. I'm not a not a proponent of those offensive weapons so early in the draft when you have so many other holes that you need to fix. So they could have got a better offensive lineman than they did later in the rounds. Could have got some defense. So not too convinced with that pick. But,
I mean, granted,
a
lot of your receivers were injured last year, so they kind of did have to address the receiver position. But I do think there was some better options that y'all could have went. So it's like,
yeah. But I can't even be mad because they took a couple. I think it took 2 or 3 more linemen after. They took a linebacker or 2. You know, they did take a defensive tackle. So they even got a corner in there, a safety. So there was a very heavy, nice draft. It was overall, I gave them an A in my skewed position because I think they addressed the major holes that they needed to address. So I'm excited as a Giants fan.
I give it like a B+.
A minus.
Y'all address needs.
Yo, A minus just because Kayvon Thibodeau fell to 5. All right, you got to give him an A minus. Just
he only fell to 5 because the Jaguars and Texans decided to go with like the dumbest route you could possibly go.
That ain't the Giants' problems.
Because he probably would have been a Jet if it wasn't for Stingley going 3.
Yeah, probably right.
So, I mean, I do feel like they kind of reached in those later rounds for some of these guys. I know a lot of people were saying that there was some people that were on the board way later. They could have traded back, gotten a few more assets, especially on a team that definitely could use a lot of assets. That's the only reason I go with B+, like I said. I do feel like it's a B+ because they address needs, of course. But they ain't an A- because they kind of reached for some of those needs, and it's like, yo.
They did. They reached in the later rounds. I'll give you 100% that. I think there was one that we haven't particularly talked about. Who was it? I don't know. I think it was the wide receiver.
It was Wendell Robinson.
Or maybe the tight end. Yeah, and then the tight end, Daniel
Both.
Bellinger, too, in the 4th round.
It was both.
Yeah. So those were 2 picks that kind of skewed them off to the, you know, maybe your B- is or your B+ is a little correct. But, you know, I'm just excited about the first 2 picks. And those are the picks that really matter. So.
And then you're gonna say you agree with B+ or A-? What's your range on the Giants?
I might have to agree with Chris, A-, because that tight end he just said, they said it was one of the best like blockers at the tight end position. So it is not a bad pick in the 4th round. But that wide receiver, that was probably the worst pick in the 2nd or 3rd. That was a really bad pick. Other than that, they killed it.
I'm pretty sure they could have got a wide receiver at that same caliber at, you know, round 4 or 5, especially with this draft.
I was about to say there was a lot of receivers in this draft, and they had some better options at that point that they could have drafted too.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he's an all-star in 3 years, and we're looking back at this like, yeah. Or maybe he just gets cut, you know, second week in training camp. Who knows?
I mean, Tony's going to get traded eventually, so.
That's crazy.
Everyone and anyone that's a receiver on that team that no one's gonna want.
Facts. It's crazy that we had, not to turn the conversation at all, but to talk about Slayton, talk about Shepard, talk about Tony. These are all young receivers. Maybe not Shepard so much. Shepard's, I think, almost in his 30s. But, you know, they're still relatively young, and, you know, they're going to waste their careers with Daniel Jones as a quarterback. Sorry. So.
I mean, I could have taken Malik Willis, but y'all decided to let that slide.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't be the GM, so what can I say?
Okay, when Baker goes to the Giants, we'll be excited for you.
Good. You know. Yeah. See that comment just went in one ear, out the other. I'll just make sure I didn't hear that.
Oh, Lordy. Baker Mayfield, holy smokes, man! If y'all do that, that's pure Giants. And every
that is like, yeah. I was gonna say, if that's like anything, that sounds like a giant move. But let's not do that, please.
And now we'll talk about the A+. If you know, not the best draft in the class, maybe the second best behind the Ravens. If you want to make arguments, yo, the Jets said, thank you, Texans. Thank you, Jaguars. We're going to go get Sauce Gardner. Then on top of that, they go thank you to the Falcons for taking Drake London. We're going to take Garrett Wilson. And they were not done there because there was a report that said that if it wasn't for Garrett Wilson being on the board, they would have taken Jermaine Johnson at 10. Instead, they get him at 26, bro. And we're still not done there. They're going to take Breece Hall with the 36th pick after trading up with the Giants just to secure the player that they wanted. And then we get Jeremy Ruckert, a dope story of a kid from Long Island that was a diehard Jets fan playing for the Ohio State Buckeyes, who was a great blocker, pass catching a little questionable because, we haven't seen that too much from him. We get Max Mitchell, another offensive lineman who could play right tackle in case, the Mekhi Becton injury woes continue, which, somebody here was a little concerned about that when they decided to go draft him. But, we're not going to talk about that right now. And we get Michael Clemens, a defensive end from Texas A&M. He fell because he had some off-the-field issues, such as gun charges and other things that I don't remember off the top of my head. But, usually those would put a damper in your draft stock. So they got him for a steal. Hopefully he can get his head straight and not be doing some dumb-ish while he's on the Jets.
Thanks.
But, yo, it's an A+. Man. Like, you can't even argue this. This is an A+ draft. If y'all want to argue, y'all some haters. I don't want to hear it. But I don't know if you guys agree or disagree.
I'll give you a solid A. I don't know about that plus.
Why not the plus, bro? We address corner, the best corner in the draft. We address wide receiver, which I was telling Chris that day, bro, this is like the best overall receiver because you got Jameson Williams, who was the fastest, Drake London, who was the biggest. They say Garrett Wilson overall is the best. You get Jermaine Johnson, who some people say was the best polished edge rusher. Ceiling-wise, they said that, Kayvon Thibodeau had that, but we got probably – some people had him as a third, some people had him as a second. Regardless, we got him at the 26th pick. And we got Carl Lawson coming back, which you know about Carl Lawson very well.
He's very tough.
We add, like I said, Jeremy Rutger to a tight end room that has Tyler Conklin and Osuma. You know about Osuma very well.
Exactly.
And then you add Breece Hall to go run with Michael Carter, who was looking like little Alvin Kamara last year. And Breece Hall brings in a whole different dimension to the running back room.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he had that one game where he went off and he had Alvin Kamara stats.
Seems like a stretch.
All I'm hearing is a whole lot of hate just because Mr. Saquon Barkley ain't paid out the way that Josh Baker hoping.
Yo, what are you talking about? Best running back in the league. I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll see. We'll see how his body holds up. But
All seriousness, it's an A+. I only say A because it's not your fault, but the 49ers didn't want to give up Deebo Samuel for the 10th pick. That would have happened. I would definitely give it plus. But the draft route was really good.
I mean, do we really need Deebo, man? We're not at that point. He's tough, but we got Elijah Moore. We got Garrett Wilson. You let them develop with Zach Wilson. You'll have a young core between these three guys, and it'll pan out, hopefully.
But no solid one? Not that number one receiver yet?
Yeah, but then we're going to have to overpay Deebo because you just saw how much A.J. Brown got. He got 25, and if I'm Deebo Samuel, I'm arguing 25, maybe more, and now we can't add to the holes that we have when people get cut.
He's coming out of the backfield too much. He's not going to get that much.
True.
Yeah, but he's going to say, I don't want to come out the backfield no more. So once that happens, he's going to make receiver money.
No, he already screwed himself. That's that's done. I've seen people say that, but are you really think the team it's that they've already utilized him in those positions? They're not going to keep utilizing him like that.
He'll probably not go into the play. He'll pull. Who was it? He'll pull a Scottie Pippen and be like, I ain't playing. I ain't going out there.
I doubt it. But I thought from what I saw from that last report, I thought Deebo Samuel was staying with the 49ers. Is he not?
He said he don't want to be
there. They weren't going to move him.
He said he wants to be moved post-draft, and they're still saying they don't want to move him.
Damn.
And now, after the draft, it's going to be harder because if you think I'm going to trade for Deebo Samuel as a Jet now, after this draft, not knowing what our draft pick's going to be, I'm good. I'll pass. Yeah, exactly. Like, you feel me? Like, you go trade for Debo Samuel, not knowing where your pick will land, because the Jets could be anywhere from 1 to 20 next year in draft picks.
$20.
Listen, Josh Allen tears his ACL, not wishing injury on people, but yo, it's reality because of sports. Because look at Russell Wilson. If I told you guys we'd have the 10th pick, which is the Seahawks pick, would any of y'all have believed me?
True.
And Russell Wilson
True. All right.
was a finger injury. And then
I'm gonna say, go out on a limb. I'm gonna say the Jets are 7-9 this season.
I'll take it. I'll take it all day, Paul.
That's not bad. That's still not bad, though. I mean, like, for a team from where they were at last year, that's still not bad. I mean, in a division where you got the Patriots, you got the Bills.
And the Dolphins.
I mean, yeah, now you have to count the Dolphins. You're right.
But that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
On paper, are not as good as all the other teams.
They did pretty well last year.
But they lost a lot of those pieces last year.
Did they though?
Yeah, Dante Hightower's falling apart. He's about to be retired very soon. Jamie Collins is like 70 years old. You got the two brothers, the McCourty brothers. Them dudes are like 80. And what they got a receiver?
Yeah.
Devontae Parker? Ooh. Oh, no. That's why the Dolphins had to go trade for Tyreek Hill and draft Jalen Waddle. Like, N'Keal Harry? That's supposed to put fear in some of these guys' hearts?
Yeah.
An offensive line that's deteriorating? Who's their running back? I'll give you
I feel like you just can't count out the Patriots. You can't just write them off. I just feel like that's one of the teams that last year they got written off, and you see how they
who's their offensive coach right now?
Offensive coach? The hell do I know? I don't know.
Bill Belichick trying to help call offensive plays with Joe Judge being an offensive assistant.
Yeah. I thought Matt, whatever the fuck his name was the OC over there.
Josh McDaniels.
Matt Patricia.
Nah, Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator that went to the Lions, got fired, and I think he went back for something else maybe now.
Okay.
They lost McDaniels this year, who went to, was it the Raiders or the Broncos?
I think the Broncos.
No, he went to the Raiders, the Green Bay.
You're right. Okay, yeah, my bad. That's how much of a damn I give about the Patriots.
But,
yeah, you're right. Memphis Grizzlies was the defense coordinator. The guy with the fat guy with the big beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at that team, and then you look at the Bills. Like I said, the Bills are definitely the top of the division, but it takes one injury and everything changes so fast in life. And, not like I said, not wishing upon people because that's not how I roll. Because next thing you know, Zach Wilson blows his whole leg out. But you feel me? Like it's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah. All right.
But Chris, do you agree? A+?
A+?
Yeah, bro.
That's a stretch. A+ is a stretch. I'll give you an A. A+ is like if you like. I don't know. Let's go with an A. I'll go with an A. A+ is that's like stellar reputation. You know what I'm saying? It may be A+ for you because you're a Jets fan.
What a hate! You gave it an A+ too.
I gave it an A. Give it an A. I think an A. I still think a corner, no matter how great he is too high to pick in the draft for the first round. Bro, I'm biased.
I showed my work, bro. Denzel Ward just got paid. He was a number 4 pick. Jalen Ramsey, number 5 pick. You had Pat Surtain last year, who was nasty. He was a top.
You're not picking. I don't know.
I hear a lot.
Biased. I'm biased here, right?
Would you
just gonna at least I name my bias. I know I'm biased.
Would you give anybody else in the draft an A+?
The Ravens, bro. Where they got everybody that they ended up getting them was insane. That's not even fair, bro. They got Ojabo, who tore his Achilles, was a top 10 pick, and they could redshirt him because they don't need him. You get Kyle Hamilton. You trade away Marquise Brown because you're gonna have Duvernay and you're gonna have who's the other receiver? They got Bateman.
Yeah.
They're set, bro. And they could try to sign somebody like an Odell or something like now. And redshirt Odell as well, bro. It's not even fair, bro. The rich get richer. And they're going to have a bunch of people coming back from injury this year that everybody forgot about.
Very true.
Yeah. I go with, I think the Chiefs too. Okay. I think the Chiefs really did really well in the draft. They went with who did they go for? George something. I don't know. Losing it in my head. I don't know. But they did it. They had a pretty good draft
They
from
were able to address
last check, and I was looking at it. Yeah.
All right. We got
Mm.
9 minutes. I'm wearing a Yankee hat. Chris is wearing a Yankee hat. Ethan got his Mets shirt. We're running on top of the world, bro. Like, remember a few weeks ago, we are kind of concerned about the Mets and the Yankees and where things were going to lead to because the Grom was hurt. The Yankees out here starting off slow. And now the Yankees have the best record in the league and the Mets have the best record in the NL.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a collision course of the World Series?
That would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Throw them over here. Not to distract. But guys, look what just came in the mail.
Ooh, you got exclusive access?
Yeah.
Wow, look at you. That's definitely gonna have to be a sneaker review shoe that we talk about a little bit deeper.
All right.
But yeah, bro. I mean, it would be dope if we get a World Series of Mets Yankees. It's kind of early.
Yeah.
We're gonna be able to predict.
But nah, Yankees look hot, bro. They like Yankees. I think each team is achieving the goal that they want to achieve. The Mets wanted great pitching. They're having great pitching. The Yankees obviously always want a big bat, and every big bat has been hitting. So if they can continue on the path, that would be a great World Series. Could you imagine? Like one of the best pitching teams versus one of the best hitting teams. Like, can't ask for a better World Series. But let's see. It's early. Don't want to call anything too early. Next thing you know, we're in the bottom of the AL East in 3 months from now.
The Mets who always start off mad hot just start falling apart all the way to the finish line.
Same.
Yeah.
Dragging hamstrings off the bones and crap down the stretch.
Way too early.
But
put them on.
We got 7 minutes.
Come on. Just put them on. All right. She's not a real reseller. I'm sorry, guys.
But we got 6 minutes left. Let's talk NBA playoffs a little bit. What's your guys' take on these NBA playoffs so far?
I'll let you go.
Must-see TV. I think this is one of the most exciting playoffs watched in a while.
100% agree.
I mean, minus the Heat of 76ers, because
even then, I enjoy seeing the Heat play. So,
True.
You think we're gonna have a Bucks Heat series, Celtics Heat series? How we looking right now after that Celtics embarrassing the Bucks the way they did last night?
I still got the Bucks, bro. I still got the Bucks. They accomplished their goal in the first 2 games in shutting down Giannis, but I think that's something. I don't think that's something that's feasible for the next couple games. I think he breaks out of his shell and he does what he usually does.
I can see it. E, I know you picked the Celtics. What was your thinking there?
I still got the Celtics. This young team is dangerous defensively and offensively. Like, they're just so talented all around.
Yeah, I got Bucks. I don't see. Maybe because I hate Boston, but I don't see the Celtics being able to maintain, like Chris said. It was dope while it lasted against Brooklyn. We saw that the Bucks got a little too physical with them in Game 1. They responded in Game 2, but if people gonna be dropping like Marcus Smart out here because the game's getting a little too physical for them, I don't know how the Celtics hold up. And then we have the Grizzlies Warriors series. Yo, that those games are gonna be wild, bro. We had Ja going off for 47 yesterday. Are the Warriors still gonna be able to make it to the Western Conference Finals? No problem.
Easily.
Yeah.
Warriors.
I do. Now that you say Ja, this is a topic for maybe Friday, but I think we should go back the past 20 NBA drafts, number 1 picks. How many times do teams get it right?
Definitely do that on Friday, especially depending on how these series pan out from here to then.
Because you're looking at players like Luka that went like 3, 4, 5. You look at the Brandon Ingrams of the world. Look at where Zion's at now. and you talk about John Morant, like, people in those same draft classes, like how off were teams. So I think that would be a great conversation to have.
Listen, Ethan's a witness. Who was saying that John Morant should have been a number 1 overall pick in that draft? Who kept saying that and was getting demolished by customers, co-workers, managers? Who was that?
Every single day.
I mean, you do have to look back, and it may seem like so archaic, but Zion Williams was popping out of shoes when he was dunking. You know what I'm saying? That may seem like forever ago, but that hype around Zion was that shit was potent. That was strong hype right there around him.
I just saw John. I said, yo, this kid's gonna be disgusting. Like, just give him time and give him the right situation. And Ethan's a witness. Ethan is going to be my forever witness. I'm gonna have him engrave that in my grave or something would happen. Like, he called it John Morant.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, definitely that's definitely something we can do on Friday. I'm sold out for that, especially because we're gonna have the NBA lottery coming up at the end of the month, so that's something to definitely keep an eye on.
Yeah. So, I mean, imagine just to give you a glimpse into what I was thinking of. Like, you got DeAndre Ayton at number 1, and you got Luka at number 3. Could you imagine? Imagine you take Luka at number 1.
And there was some arguments that he should have been number 1 that year, and they went Ayton because of the fit, because they were like, well, we don't see how Booker and Luka would fit, and now look, Luka could have been your point guard, and
oh my God, could you imagine?
Oh, that would have been disgusting.
Yeah. So
even to go more in depth, like Trae Young got traded with Luka for the pick with each other, and they're both amazing players.
I mean, Luka more than Trae, but
True. Better than Bagley at 2.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, we got it. That's Friday, man. We'll leave it at that. But that's gonna be Friday. All right. Good looks, Chris. That's gonna be on Friday for sure. I'll see y'all then, though. So do your homework. Peace.
Peace.